Here's an example of a rendering in progress. Here's a before photo of the project as it's getting underway. After tearing out shrubbery and tearing down the huge chimney, it's time to install the foundation, which is no easy task because the new addition floor had to be the same level as the 62-year-old existing floor which had settled. As the tricky foundation work continued, so did the demolition. The rear chimney had to go. Foundation complete, pressure-treated plates in place, Kenny Christman's Top Gun carpentry crew featuring Nolan Arnold, Dead-Eyed Desilu DeSombre, and apprentice Jeremy Castle got down to the tricky task of installing micro-laminated beams and joists to match the 62-year-old floor. Mission accomplished. These covered piles of materials will soon be transformed into a beautiful addition. Anyway, what you're seeing now, folks, is we're moving right along. You saw earlier slideshow as the job was going. This is a very difficult job. You see scissor trusses up there, but they wouldn't do it here. But tying that roof in up there to that roof to make it perfectly even, so that when we turn shingles off of that roof and re-roof it all, it looked like this was built when this house was built. And what do you see the end results?
Now, again, you saw the slides of what this house looked like before. This actual side over here, right there, was supposed to be part of the shed roof that went across the entire back of the house. When we're done, it's going to look like that particular part of the house was built when the house was built. It's all going to come together. You will see further on in this show. It's very, very interesting in how this is done. Very difficult job because of all of this cinder block and concrete. A lot of demolition work was done here, and take my word for it, when you tear down a chimney and you cut a hole through a wall, concrete wall, it's no walk in the park. It is very difficult. We're going to use mono trusses there, which you can see right on the ground right there. But in a little bit, you're going to see all kind of 6x6 piers that are going to hold up a carport there. This entire house has never been insulated. It will now be insulated from the outside in using Dow insulation on the outside, all foam with reflective aluminum foil on it to keep it cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter. And it'll have central air and central forced hot air instead of water baseboard. You see that valley up there? There is another. This is very excellent, what they call balloon framing, done by our chief framing foreman, Kenny Christman. This guy is top gun, and that's why we've had him now with us for 10 years. He figured all that out, and there's so many compound miters, what you see up there on that wood, it's incredible. That kind of stuff takes a lot of time and a lot of patience to get done. Now, folks, this is a very important aspect of what I have found in 40 years of being in this industry. I've seen treated lumber like this rot. It is still wood. It's treated with chromated copper arsenate poison, mainly for termites and mainly so moisture from concrete doesn't bother. But you got to remember there's other things in concrete like chemicals like calcium. And if it's poured in the wintertime, they use antifreeze in it, which eats up that chromated copper arsenate and eats up the 6x6. So that's what you call building on a weak foundation. In this particular case, there is a solution to that. What you see on here right now is roof cement. Same thing you could put on a driveway. It's very thick, it's very gooey, and it has to set up for a long time. What you see here, this black part, you will only see a very little 2 inches of that black sticking out of the ground when we're done. And then we'll cap that. But the calcium will never get, the concrete will never get to the actual chromated copper arsenate poison or that beam. That beam will stand as long as Mount Vernon.
Here's a good look at the Dow insulation before siding. It's actually a 3-step process over wood. First, the vapor barrier. Secondly, the foam. Third, the veneer, siding, stone, brick, etc.
Now, right in here, inside the family room of this addition, right here, We used all scissor trusses to create that cathedral ceiling. Now right in this area you see all this plywood. When that comes down you will see a huge hole that before was a fireplace. That'll go into their living room. This is created by doing it this way. It's created an upstairs area that they can put a bathroom, bedroom, whatever they want to in there. We let the homeowners choose what they want. We don't force feed or try to sell anybody anything. We say buy what materials you want, we'll tell you what you need. These folks didn't want any movement at all upstairs, and they wanted the strongest floor they could get, and that's what you see right here, 2x12, 16 inches on center. Chesapeake Home Designs is using this particular company, Quality Stone, because like I said, this is not your grandmother or your grandfather's Z-brick. You put it on Monday or over the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, you put it on in your kitchen on the wall, and by Thursday of that week it fell off. This stuff, let me show you how this is applied so you see that it's actually applied the same way that brick veneer, which lasts for hundreds of years, is put on like mansions like Mount Vernon, George Washington's home, Annapolis, Colonial Williamsburg. It lasts forever. When you put it on properly this way and don't cut any corners, it's final. You put it on and it's done. Check it out. Let me show you how this whole process works. And as you can see right here, what you're looking at right now is a block wall, a cinder block wall. And because it was painted, the proper way to do this is to shoot nails and or drill holes and put lags in here or anchor bolts so that that steel that you see on there, that wire mesh, can be applied. And that, basically what that wire mesh does right there is, there's your finished product. If you can, I'm hoping that with the sunlight and everything you can see it. There's what it looks like, and then they come down and they apply the stone. They butter the backs of the stone just like ceramic tile in a shower or on a wall or on a floor. And basically, then they'll come back and put mortar joints in there. Me personally, I like the stacked stone effect, but in this case I believe they're putting mortar in on this job. But this is the way. Now up on top of this porch here, you notice these old brick steps. In a few minutes you're going to see the transformation on those, and on top of there, the homeowners have chosen to use Pennsylvania bluestone, or as I like to call it, your grandmother's slate. But it really dresses the house up.
The porch slate was installed by Lou Giles, and the stone veneer was installed by Quality Stone.